Hello everyone and welcome to Mountain Lake Journal. I'm Tom Halleck. New York Governor Kathy Hochul delivered her State of the State address to lawmakers in Albany this week, outlining and highlighting her agenda for the new year. For Hochul, the key word is affordability, as she touted what she called her battle plan to help lower the cost of living for New Yorkers.
So my commitment to every New Yorker is this. Your family is my fight. Our state has to be livable, and the people here have to be afford to live in it.
The governor acknowledged that for many New Yorkers, the day-to-day cost of living is simply too high, and that many families hit hard by inflation since COVID are struggling to make ends meet. Hochul offered up several proposals aimed at bringing down costs, especially for families with children. She's calling for a cut in taxes for middle-class families, offering what she's calling an inflation tax refund, a rebate of up to $500 for families. She wants to increase the child tax credit up to $1,000 per child, invest more than $100 million to expand childcare across the state, and put the state on a pathway to eventually offering universal childcare. And the governor also wants to offer free school lunches and breakfast.
Under my proposal, every child will get free breakfast and free lunch at school. So children who are in need are spared the embarrassment and stigma of standing out among their peers. That is now over.
And the governor is also once again looking to help address the shortage of affordable housing across the state, especially for first-time homeowners.
Let's invest an additional $100 million on top of the $650 million we invested for pro-housing communities. This will target a home ownership strategy that includes $100 million to build starter homes and provide a down payment assistance for first-time home buyers.
And the governor wants to offer free tuition to state and city colleges for students who want to get associate's degrees in high-demand fields.
We're going to make community college completely free for students aged 25 to 55, completely free. Everything, books, transportation.
There are a couple of big issues having to do with education that the governor did not touch on in her State of the State address, including foundation aid and whether lawmakers this year may be called on to change how the state hands out funding to school districts. Hochul last year proposed some changes that were quite controversial and would have resulted in a loss of funding for many North Country school districts. The other issue she didn't touch on, banning cell phones in the classroom. More on those proposals and the cost of everything will come in the governor's budget address, which she'll deliver to lawmakers this coming week. We reached out to our North Country lawmakers here to find out their reaction to the governor's agenda.
I like the idea of a middle-class tax cut, tripling the child tax credit, other things that can make things more affordable for our families. I am all for. That's what we're hearing from my constituents and our constituents all over the state over and over again about affordability.
There isn't a New Yorker out there that hasn't been impacted by the inflation, the affordability crisis that we're experiencing in the Northeast. Sadly, a lot of those issues are created by those that are making those decisions, such as the governor and the legislature. There really wasn't a North Country Adirondacks mentioned, really. I think that one glaring issue that seems to be a conflict in my mind is last year, the governor had proposed a cut to CHIPS funding in the neighborhood of 100 million, maybe $200 million. That's our vital infrastructure in the North Country, our roads, bridges. That affects towns. Every municipality relies on that funding.
I was disappointed in the speech that it lacked details. It didn't articulate anything new or clear vision. Most of the things that she talked about, free universal childcare, free meals for schools, free community college tuition. None of those are new. Those are past issues that have been discussed in budgets and then rejected by the legislature. I mean, literally the only thing that new initiative would be a re-examination of should we be reopening and reusing mental health institutions.